Genuinely, I couldn't. If someone told me 3 years ago, listen, you're going to be driving an Audi R8, one part of me would be saying, yeah, 100%, I know, because I believe in myself. Other part of me would be saying, Mikey, shut your mouth, bruv. You're in a smart car. You ain't driving no Audi R8. But now I'm here, it's like, shit, where's next? And one thing I strive on is every time I say something, I make sure I do
Happens,
it.
yeah.
Like even down to the R8.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to CEOCAST. I'm your host, Raheem, and today I'm with someone special. Been a long time coming. I'm with the owner of Melin, Mikey himself.
How you doing? You all right?
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm all good, all good, all good.
So for people who are living under a rock and they don't know what Melin is, obviously we're in such a beautiful place.
As well.
Yeah,
It must be a big rock.
you know what I'm saying? Tell us, or tell them, shall I say, what it is.
Okay, well, Melin is a new-ish, I suppose. We were decorating it for about a year. We opened 6 days before lockdown. We opened and then obviously due to COVID and all that, shut us down. Been closed for the last 3 months, but what we're an independently run Turkish restaurant with like a bit of a modern twist. We're not that traditional, typical Turkish restaurant. You walk in, you get your little chicken and doner and stuff. We're not that. You need to come down and properly experience it.
I've been to one in Harlow before, and for what it seems like you're going with almost like a clubby vibe. Am I right?
Yeah, the Harlow one was our first one.
Yeah.
That was our first restaurant we properly went into and like set a standard, I suppose. But
yeah, no, that
I
was
think
sick.
the Chigwell, what we've done here compared to Harlow,
Yeah.
it's like chalk and cheese, literally two completely different things.
So would you say this is the main one now?
Yeah, this Chigwell is Chigwell.
You're proud of what you've made here? Because you opened it recently, like you said.
Yeah, we opened 6 days before lockdown,
Yeah.
and then launched on the 4th, so 5 days ago.
So then when did you, because obviously I've lived around the area, this place was like closed down for quite a while. When did you get it and start renovating the whole place?
I'll tell you a little story. So if you know La Sala, the place before who had it, they went up for, bailiffs took over because of all their dramas, debts and stuff. I literally got a message from one of my mates and he goes, Mikey, La Sala's gone on under, what's the word?
Gone under, basically.
Gone under. So I was like, what, really? I phoned up my old man. I was like, listen, we got to do this.
Yeah.
He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, we need to take La Sala. I was like, it's in Chigwell. It's like, that's our spot. We need to take it. It was set a new level. And he was like, well, what are you talking about? We can't get it, blah, 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 blah. 24 hours later, we was on a plane to Marbella to go meet the owners of La Sala and buy it off them.
Seriously?
Literally, that day, my dad got in touch with the landlord. The landlord said, the owners are in Marbella.
Yeah.
And the owners of this wanted to sell it to someone else. My dad was like, no, I ain't having that. So we literally jumped on a plane that day, flew straight to Marbella, sat down with, there was 4 owners, sat down with them all, started negotiating. Long story short,
You got it.
that week we started decorating.
No way.
Literally that week, we flew back. We didn't even sign papers.
So how long ago was that?
That was last February now.
Okay, so only 2019.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That was a year ago. It was a year ago, a long time ago.
For people, obviously, it's open recently. Make sure you come down here because when I tell you this place, I'm going to go live after on Instagram. So if you haven't seen that. But anyway, this place, just look at the table, the marble table.
If I told you how much the table was, you'd probably be sick. But yeah, everything in it is
exquisite.
Yeah, it's not nothing you see in a normal restaurant.
Yeah.
We have done it properly. Everything has been like, even down to this. Everyone's saying, just do the flower wall, the normal.
Yeah, the typical thing that you see.
Roses, but we were like, no, that's boring.
Yeah.
Every restaurant's done it, especially Turkish.
Yeah.
Like all these Turks just want pink.
And a lot of Shisha lounges as well done the same thing.
Yeah, they all have. So we thought, let's do something a bit more classy.
Yeah.
And I think they've done a wicked job.
Does this run throughout the whole building?
Yeah. When I show you around, you see like we've done like a rainforest type on the ceilings.
Yeah.
There's like literally like leaves falling down.
Well done.
It's wicked. It is really, really nice. You probably didn't realise when I showed you around.
No. It was literally
quick.
Yeah. I didn't, I didn't look up. You wouldn't think to look up.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but no, that just shows you every single detail has gone into the place.
Even down to the paint, the colour of the walls.
Yeah.
It's not just your normal grey. We've put a shimmer in it as well, gives a bit of sparkle.
Gold sparkle, yeah. But this is like your private dining room, is it?
This is our private dining room for like the VIPs, people who got a bit of money extra and want to stunt. That's why you told me you want to book it for next week, no?
Yeah, come on, bro. Come on.
So yeah, that's what this is, and yeah, that's what this is.
All right, so that's the introduction to Melin. That's the introduction. No, in fact, that's not even an introduction to Mikey yourself.
Yeah, no.
let's get into that because a lot of people, I mean, I was shocked myself when you told me your age firstly.
Everyone is.
Let's
like,
get
whoever's
into
watching this now, just stop for a second, go down in the comments, tell me how old you think I am, and then
we'll wait.
Carry on watching, and I think I'll shock a lot of you.
We'll wait a good 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. All right, what's your age?
I'm 21 years old.
You see that? 21 years old.
21 years old.
That's a mad thing. But take us back. So when did this all start for you? 21 is a young age. So I can't even imagine where you started.
Do you want on a business side or restaurant side? Like when I first started a business?
Let's go to when you first got your grasp of business.
All right, so when I was 13, believe it or not, I was sitting at home playing PlayStation, yeah? And you see them little controller grips, the rubbers on top?
The analogs.
The analog sticks.
Yeah.
Mine were always getting like rubbed off. I was like, you know what, this is fucking pissing me off. And my lad swear.
Yeah, you could do what you want.
This is pissing me off. So I went on eBay and I found out you can buy a pack of 10 colourful ones, pack of 10 and sell them. I went onto Twitter, started researching, there was loads of companies doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this wicked business idea. They were charging £3 for them. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to make my company look professional, because obviously my dad's always been in business, so I've understood
what to do.
Yeah, that you got to make something look professional if you want to add a value to it.
Yeah.
So I obviously started up this business at 13, and I used my mum's PayPal because I didn't have a PayPal at that age.
Yeah.
And when I started selling these little 2 pairs of grips, I was paying £1 for 10. I was selling 2 pairs for £15.
Swear.
Yeah. And I started making like £400-500 a week.
I thought you said you were going to come in cheaper than what they were selling for.
I went out there, I was expensive. People were messaging, can we get this one? No.
Luxury.
Mine are high quality.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Mine are the elite of the elite. I was making about £400-500. My mum walks in my room one day. What are you doing? What's all this money coming in my PayPal? I was like, Mum, chill. Like, it's all legit. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I started showing her, and then I started like proper getting into it. I was branding it all up. It was called Gamers Grips.
Yeah.
GAMERZ Grips. So started launching it.
Were you a gamer yourself though?
To an extent, but
You
I was
saw the
always
market
like,
for it.
whatever game I played, like even when I was playing when I was young, Minecraft and stuff, I would always make a server and make people start paying for stuff. I've always had that, like, I've always wanted money.
Yeah.
It's always been, I've never like been that person who just sits at home and gets handed down stuff. Like everyone sees my dad and thinks, oh yeah, he's a hand-me-down kid, like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's never been me, literally. Like even now, I'm just like, nope, leave it to me. I'll make my own money.
Yeah.
And then so that started doing really, really well. I was making like £400-500 a week. And I went to my dad one day and I was like, yo, have you seen that? I was shocked. I was buying new TVs, like everything, just doing whatever going at 13 as well, yeah? So that all happened. And then when I turned 16, so I was doing it for about 3 years. Like literally, I was cleaning up for 3 years, I had 50,000 Twitter followers.
Swear to.
Yeah, like it was blowing.
Yeah, it was big.
And like I started sponsoring some esports teams. Like I started
Okay,
doing all
like
of it.
that.
Proper,
Yeah,
like
proper
13 people are
sick.
phoning me. They're like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, how are you, sir? You okay? Like, hello, how are you?
Proper
Like,
professional.
proper little
yeah.
squeaky voice. And then went to my dad and he was like, listen, son, enough now. Time to work in the barbers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Like it went from sitting at home making money, doing nothing,
Yeah.
just having a bit of fun to time to like get serious now. So at 15, I started working in the barbers every day. My dad was paying me something like £35 a week.
Is that what we know now as
Ali Barbers, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we also got a chain of Ali Barbers now. Like, but when I first started, we had the one shop. So my dad was like, listen, son, you got to start working. So I just started going in there, like 15, little kid, walking around being the owner's son.
Yeah.
And everyone was asking, oh, how old are you? I was like, oh, I'm 21. Back when I was 15, because I looked a lot older.
Yeah.
Because I've realised when you're young, people look at you different.
100%. I could vouch for that. 100%, man.
It's so different as well. So even now when I tell people I'm 21, they try and like, they're like, oh yeah, can you get me like a free haircut or something? I'm just like, all right. When now people say, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I work here. Or I'm just watching for the day or whatever.
Yeah, sweet.
So we started working in the barbers for about a year, getting like no money at all, nothing. And then I turned around to my dad and I was like, listen, I want to like get involved in the business. Like, what have I got to do? He was like, listen, just save all your money up. Save. Keep stacking your money.
Just a quick one, just sorry to interrupt you there, but even though you weren't getting paid, did it matter to you that much? Because obviously it's your dad's shop.
It did, because to me, I was never that person who took money off their dad.
Yeah.
So when I went from making all this money online, I know it sounds silly, but I was making like £500 a week.
Yeah.
From making that to like getting like £50 a week working with your dad. And your dad was like, oh, you know what you're working for. You know what you're working for. And to me, it was like, no. You're my boss. You pay me properly. And let's keep it like that. Like, at home, you're my dad. At work, you're my boss. That's how it is. Two separate things. So I was like, listen, I want to get involved. I don't just want to be your little manager of the shop. He was like, listen, keep saving up your money and eventually you can invest with me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. So literally for a year, when I mean I was just grafting, like no clubs, like as I got older, when I turned 18 and stuff, like when I mean I was just grafting for the whole year. I think I had like 4 days off in a year, like 8 to 7 every day, just in the barbershop, managing it. And then the barbers started taking more money, so I started getting bonuses, started saving up my money, and then come to a point where I was like to my dad, listen, I want to invest with you. Long story short, we started investing, and now we got 9 barbershops.
So where was the first barbershop, the one you worked in?
First one I worked in was I started doing weekends in Harlow. Yeah. And then we opened up Barkingside. That's when we opened up Barkingside, I was 17 driving a smart car. Literally bought my first smart car for £2,000, and that car was my Lamborghini.
I'm still shocked the fact that you're 21, bro.
Yeah, I'm young.
Do you know how old I am?
You must be 20...
23, but my point is...
You said 23, so I didn't offend you, innit?
No. You could say what you like, but my point is, like, I can't believe that I'm older than you, bro. That's mad.
Crazy. It's crazy. It is, but because I've been involved in business from such a young age, I've had no option but to mature quickly. Yeah. Because like my problem, I've always been not insecure, but like scared. People are going to look at me and think, oh, he's only a kid. So I've always pretended to be older than I am, so that people show me the mutual respect. Yeah. Because to me, I don't care who you are, how old you are, whatever. Like, I want to keep it mutual. Like, rich, poor, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to treat you how you treat me, simple as. So whereas when I was young and people were like talking to me like I was a kid, I started thinking, no, this can't happen no more. No. Yeah. I got to like set a level. I got to become older. Yeah. I got to mature quickly. So that's kind of why I seem a lot older, and the beard, obviously. Like if I shave it off, it's a different story. I look 12.
I can't believe this, man. This is a sick story. I'm actually gassed that it's been a long time coming. Like I said,
it has been a long time.
It's been sick, but I can't remember what we were talking about.
Restaurants, barbers,
Melin, yourself, yeah. So then that was when you first got into business. Yeah. So then, how did you get into not Harlow?
The barbers. Melin. Into Melin?
Yeah.
Well, I was actually, where was I when it happened? I was abroad. I get a text message from my dad. We're opening a restaurant. I was like, what?
How old were you then?
This was 3 years ago. So how old am I now? 21? I must have been about 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, 19.
So you're still running the barbershops in that time?
Yeah, still in the barbers, cracking on with that, opening more barbershops. I get a text. I can't remember where I was. I think I was in Dubai. Yeah. No, I was in... Where did I go before Dubai? I don't know. I was somewhere. Yeah. Somewhere in the world. And I get a text. We're opening a restaurant. I was like, a who? A restaurant? Like, we're in the barber trade now. We're not.
This is all new.
This is just random thing to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we're opening a restaurant. I was like, all right. And my dad's a kind of guy. He says something. Within a week, it's done. Like literally, if he says to me, oh yeah, we're starting a new business. I want to get a barbershop in Manchester. I'm like, yeah, right. Next week, son, I just signed a paper. We're opening in Manchester. I'm like, okay then. So as time got on, I started to like, just when he says it, just listen. Because before I was like, yeah, of course we are, of course, yeah. And then he started proving me like shit, we're doing it. So he texted me a picture of some warehouse. I'm going to send you some pictures to put in it. When I mean a warehouse, I literally mean it was literally just...
Are you talking about...
Harlow, yeah?
That was a warehouse?
Yeah, it was imagine that, but just covered up. There was no windows, nothing. I've seen it. But no windows, nothing. So imagine just a block. Yeah, bro, so I'm
if I tell you the stories, me and my boys went through that place. It was mad.
I'm looking at it thinking, bro, you said restaurant. I think it looks a bit more like an airport hangar to me, not restaurant. Yeah? And then we obviously went in there together, walked in there, and it was an old pub. So when I mean it was a state, it was vacant for 10 years. Yeah. So they literally just packed up their stuff and left. Okay. People were going in there smoking, crackheads were going in, smashing the place up. So we've walked in there and I was like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, we're opening a restaurant. I was like, restaurant, yeah?
What kind?
Okay, I don't know what restaurant you want to open, but let's get it going. Long story short, we started walking around. He's like, okay, we're going to put stairs here. We're going to put this here. We're going to do this here.
Wait, so was it, when it was a warehouse, was it one floor?
No, it was 2 floors, but I have a video on my phone. I'll show you before you leave. When I mean it was a maze. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah. Like you walk in, there was just smashed up chairs on the side. Like the whole place, imagine empty for 10 years. People were going in, sleeping in there. It was just smashed.
Mad, yeah.
So I'm looking around, I'm thinking, fuck, like how are we going to turn this into a restaurant? And I know my dad's level of standards. It's not just a quick, put a few chairs and tables in there and we're good to go. He does it. When he does something, like it's done to a T. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a big project now. Like this isn't no little barbershop anymore. And even our barbershops, we do properly. Like we empty the whole building and we make them like the nuts. So when I'm looking at this restaurant, I'm thinking, wow, this is like a project. This ain't no little normal thing. So we started off day by day, and once you're in the involved in it, you just start noticing it starts getting going and going and going and going. Literally, it went like that. We spent about 8 months till it was finished. But when I mean it's beautiful, you've seen it.
Yeah, I've been there, bro. It is. There's nothing that compares to it, in my opinion. Apart from this, obviously. Yeah. But this is Melin itself anyway, so it doesn't even count.
This is different, but so when we opened that, and because Harlow's not the best area, let's be honest now, it's not nothing beautiful. So when we opened up that, it was like putting Mayfair in the middle of nowhere. So people were walking past going like, what are you doing? You lot are stupid. You're opening this big place in Harlow. It's not going to do well. But it makes sense. If you put something amazing in something shit, that amazing thing looks 10 times better already
than everything else around.
So so we've opened it, and it was like the first day it opened, I'll never forget it. When I mean me and my dad were running around, literally it's opened, and we didn't advertise nothing, but the whole of Harlow knew we was packed that day, yeah? Like, me and my dad never been in restaurant business before. We've never been chefs. We're just eating out a lot. And I've walked in now, and I remember sitting down with my dad, looking at each other and thinking like, what have we done? Because it was a mess.
Yeah, it was mad.
Like, the kitchen was taking hours. The food was all over the place. I was looking at it and thinking like, mate, what have we done? Like, we're going to have to sell it. Like, what is this? This is not normal. Like, this is manic. Yeah. People are complaining, swearing at us, kicking off. I was like, oh my God. But we've never been in that. But we understand business. So the next day we sat down, we had a meeting. We was like, okay, cool. Kitchen, you do your kitchen. You deal with that. You're in charge of the kitchen. Yeah. You do your thing. Staff, come sit down with us. You're controlling this area. You're controlling this area. You're controlling this area. And then once we actually set the policies, I suppose, for the restaurant, it started to slowly. You've been there yourself. A lot better.
Yeah, 100%.
You walk in, you're in a normal restaurant. Yeah. But to us, it was like that was our playground.
Yeah,
it was our little home. But then we got here. That one's now gone, unfortunately. And so.
You want to keep that in the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool.
It's gone. It's better like that. So, yeah, so now we got here, and this is the upgraded. This is.
I wouldn't even say this is 2.0. It's more like 10.0.
No, but you know what? This is what we've. As in, you made mistakes in your first one.
Yeah.
This is like the final project now. This is like what we've finished.
Almost like the trial.
Yeah, the trial and then the completion.
Yeah.
Like, this is our masterpiece now. But the thing is, when we opened up Harlow, we was like, this is the masterpiece. And then we opened here up, and now we're like, this is the masterpiece. I can't wait for what's next. Yeah. I can't wait for what's next, because I know we're not finished.
Yeah.
Like, the goal is Melin Mayfair. That is the goal.
Melin Mayfair, yeah.
It even has a ring to it. It has to be done.
That sounds
has
sick.
to be
Melin
done.
Mayfair.
It will be done.
Yeah, no, Melin Mayfair. That sounds sick, bro.
Yeah, Melin Mayfair is going to be something one of a kind.
Yeah, no, like I said, I've been there last year with my mates. I'll probably put a picture here now, but blur all the faces out. I don't think you or your dad. I might have to cut the story out. To be fair,
yeah, go on.
I don't know.
Was there a fight? Was you like the big fight?
No, what it was, we turned up in a Rolls Royce. So I just said my story, but other than that, one of the best nights, I think, for me and Mandem. Shout out to you lot if you lot listen.
Melin is an amazing venue for parties.
Yeah,
it is.
Like I said, it's got that vibe there. We went there, and you know what? It's not even the fact that it was like a clubbish, but you got.
It's like a classy club.
Classy club.
It's like it keeps the trouble out.
Yeah,
and it just people who want to come and enjoy themselves with a good vibe.
Like a VIP there.
Even if you're not a VIP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, obviously like we're not VIP, but
of course. But even if you're just a no one and you've come out on a night out, you're like you feel like it's special.
Yeah. You feel like you're recognised, basically.
Yeah, literally.
So anyone, if you're feeling lonely at all, just come down to.
Especially if you're a girl, like, oh, that's gonna get me in trouble. Maybe not.
That's the perfect way to introduce Melin. But yeah, with every business, there's a lot of hardships. There's a lot of struggles, and obviously we'll go into that. But I think the first thing I got to talk about is quarantine. Restaurants obviously are locked down. I got to ask you about that one. Considering you literally opened, you said 4 days before.
Do you know what it was? It was like literally imagine your whole life just going. You've got to imagine and the worst thing is we still have to pay rent.
Oh, is it?
And our rent here isn't like cheap.
It wouldn't be. No,
we're in Chigwell. And we've spent a year decorating the place, silly amounts of money on it.
Yeah.
And literally we've opened, it was the launch night, when I mean was unreal. It was like, literally they say it's a movie, but it was a movie.
Yeah.
And Everyone come down. It was amazing. Like the buzz was there, phoning up, booking. We must have been booked for about a month, literally just after that one night.
Yeah.
Didn't advertise nothing. We obviously showed around and stuff, but booked out, and then literally 6 days later, closed. I was like, oh my God. And I thought, all right, cool. 1 week we're going to be closed.
Yeah. Because I think originally they announced 3 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah. But I thought, because we closed the day before lockdown actually happened.
Yeah.
Because people weren't coming in because they were scared of Corona. So when we actually closed down, we was waiting for Boris's announcement. We was hoping he was going to lock it down because everyone was scared of the restaurants. No one was actually coming. No one was going out anywhere. Me, my life didn't change. Like, whereas Corona, I wasn't really phased about it. Touch wood, none of my family happened anything to them or anything. But literally, imagine everything, your whole investment, everything just going close.
Yeah.
All the barbershops. So it went from like being sky high, being so happy that everything's opened, everything's this, everything's that, just gone. It was like someone just come in, took everything off us. This is not yours no more. Gone. See you later. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do. Like, it weren't like we had a drama in here and we had to close for a week. It was literally everyone was in the same boat. So I suppose that made us feel better because everyone else was
feeling the same thing.
It weren't just us. But then we started doing takeaway.
Yeah.
I turned around to my dad, I was like, listen, we got to stop that. I was like, because people haven't tried our food yet. They're trying our takeaway and they're judging us off that.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's not the same.
No takeaway can ever match our plated food. Like when it comes out to you on a plate, it's just been cooked, it's come out hot off a skewer and you're eating it. You got to remember, it's been put in a takeaway box, the driver's driven it to you, you've opened it. By the time you've opened it...
Not even that, they haven't even got the experience of coming to the place.
And I think Melin is 50% food and 50% vibe and atmosphere.
100%, yeah. I could
but now with all this Corona, we've reopened. No dancing, no live music, no DJs. Like, we've just opened, and that is what sets us apart as well. Apart from the food and the Melin vibe and all that, but where you've got that live, you've got the live music, you've got your DJs, you've got your dance, you've got all of that. That is what brings a whole restaurant together.
Yeah.
And now not having it, don't get it twisted. Do you know how much money I could have made if I opened up the barbers? Like, they were people texting me, I'll give you £100 for a haircut. I'll give you this, I'll give you that. And I was like, listen, it's easily said done. It's easily done, but they're going to come around and give us a £5,000 fine. You ain't paying it. I'm going to have to pay it. So let's forget about giving you lot trims.
Like what you said, yeah, like there's no dancing, no DJ and stuff like that, yeah. Do you feel like you've got to change the way you do things around here? No, because I think the vibe is still there, and I think because I think me and my dad have a massive part to play in it as well, whereas we've built a relationship with all our clientele. So when people come in, they don't just come for the food, they come to mingle with us as well, have a talk with us. And the way it's set up, we are in Essex, we are in the Bater's place of Essex. Everyone knows everyone. Yeah. So it's like a gathering of friends as well, even if it's just random people who's not met before. Like, we have the famous people come in and people talk to them, and I think it's just more about having the right crowd and attracting the right people in your place is what builds you. Yeah. So I'm glad to be open, but I just can't wait for it to all be done. Like, all of this Corona, these regulations, all this madness. All bollocks, basically.
Yeah, all the bollocks just to be done. So we can go back to our normal vibes, atmospheres, having the people up dancing. We've got a bar upstairs we can't even use. Yeah. We can't use the bar.
The way it should be, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't spend all this money to have a half-hearted restaurant. We want the real thing. So I can't wait for that to eventually be done. But listen, at the end of the day, it's all down to people's health and safety. We've got to make sure everyone's okay first. That's the main priority. So yeah, let's see what happens. Nothing else we can do but see. Aside from the quarantine, obviously, what about from Harlow 1 to you first acquiring that warehouse up till now? Like, what's been just like, let's give a couple of the main struggles. The main struggles, just like loads of things along the way, loads and loads and loads of things along the way, even down to not being ready to open on time. As in with Harlow, we had a set deadline, didn't open, didn't reach it. The first day, like I said, when we walked in there and it was just manic, me and my dad sat down and we was like, what have we done? Like, what? This isn't what we signed up for. Yeah. We signed up for come down, eat our food, have a bit of fun, and go home. Yeah. We walked in and we was like, oh my gosh, what is this? Yeah. Like, this isn't normal. So that finally leveled itself out. But I think every day in the restaurant trade, it's not, oh, what struggles did you have? It's every day's a struggle because you can't please everyone. And there's always a new, like, hurdle to overcome in that day. even down to your friend turning up, not wearing the right clothing. How are you going to turf him? Like, even little things like that. There's major things, of course, but if you sit there and look at the major things, then you're going to not sleep at night.
Yeah, no, of course.
But even down to the little things on, like, just little things, people being rude to you and you having to accept it. Like, even if
can't say nothing.
You can't say nothing. Like, do you know how many times people have barged me in the restaurant, like, by accident, and I turn around and apologise to them? Not because I'm scared of them or anything, but it's showing that respect and that business mind. You're not here to fight.
Yeah.
You're not here to beat someone up or kick them out. You're here to make money. That's what we haven't opened this for fun. We've opened this at the end of the day to build a legacy behind our name. That's why we have called it Melin. So that's the goal. And
let's talk about that quickly. But
go on.
I was gonna say, why the name Melin? What does that mean?
Good name. Melin is my surname.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's my surname, Mikey Melin.
Yeah.
It's but we were sitting there one day and me and my dad was like, what are we gonna call it? What are we gonna call it? I was like, it ain't being called Ali.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fed up at Ali Barbers. It ain't being called that no more. We need something where it's ours now. We're not having no more Alis, no more this, no more that. No, we need something like, it's something related to both of us.
Yeah.
And he was like, what about Melin? And I'm very proud, like, to have that name. Like, I know it sounds silly, it's nothing like amazing to someone, but to me, like,
No, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like a sick name.
it does. And now we've
That was
built
my last name, I'll be
like,
gassed.
now we've built up a brand behind it as well.
Yeah.
It holds more weight in the, I'd say in Essex. It does, because everyone knows Melin. Everyone knows Melin in Essex. If you don't, then
You're not in Essex.
you're definitely not in Essex. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, we had a girl. She was speaking to my dad. She travelled from Scotland and Instagrammed her whole journey here. She come all the way from Scotland to come Melin.
What, to this one?
No, to when we had Harlow.
Yeah.
Like, I've never travelled that far to go to a restaurant. That's mad. Like, I went to Dubai and I went to Nusret.
Yeah, but that's
I didn't
different
go
though.
there for that. Like,
Yeah.
but it was crazy. So no, we just chose Melin because it's our family, it's our surname, and it's
meaningful.
it's what holds us all together.
Yeah.
Like, me and my dad, when our name, not because it is just Melin, but we respect it. It's like part of us. Like, when we work, it's for that name. It's for our family. Like, when you work for Melin, you're not working for, I'm working for myself to make money. I'm working for my family. So that's how I see it, I suppose.
Bro, no, you can't go wrong. Like I said, this place is amazing. Make sure you come down here.
Yeah, it's good. It is. Listen, anyone who walks in here, it speaks for itself. It does. You walk around and you're just like, wow. And when you actually take time to look around, like, everything is done like so precise, even down to the colour of the table, the chairs, the lights, the colour of the walls. Everything is just done properly.
Would you do shisha here?
So
Because I only asked that because you've got massive space.
we do.
At the back.
We have massive space, but without giving too much away to the people, we are going to put a shisha local to Chigwell. In Chigwell area.
Okay.
There will be a Melin, or whatever we decide to call it, shisha. If all goes well, if all does go well, it will be very, very, very close to Melin Chigwell. If not near, if not in, or if not something like that.
Why don't you just do it here though, in the back?
Because
it
it's a
has
car
to be.
park.
Yeah, but even this little, like, you know, the patio with the doors.
But it's what, a few shishas.
Yeah, it's true.
We're going to do something proper, and you do your shisha and then come to Melin.
Yeah, no,
That'll smash it. Smash it.
different level.
And listen, if we're going to do it up like this as well, it's going to be next level.
Yeah, no, that's another step. What's next for Melin though?
What's next? Like I said earlier, we want to obviously spend a year, 2 years here building our brand and like securing what we've built, our legacy, they say.
Yeah.
Once this is at a position where it can handle itself and me or my dad can leave, then we would want to do a Melin Mayfair. Like, because to have your name in Mayfair, listen,
That's a statement.
yeah,
in itself.
you're competing with the daddies of London.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Novikov, Nobu, and then you're gonna put Melin there. That's it. There's no more playing about. You're not a little restaurant no more. You're now like
Part of the big boys.
yeah. You've gone from like some normal league to Premier League now.
But I think, in my opinion, I think you can definitely agree with me. In fact, you will. Within at least a 10-mile radius, this smashes everything out of the park.
I'd say in Essex, full stop.
Yeah, in Essex.
I mean,
I don't know how far Essex
full
goes,
stop.
but definitely.
Essex is big, you know.
Yeah.
Like massive.
Essex, Harlow's part of Essex as well.
Like,
isn't it?
Colchester's part of Essex.
Yeah,
It's miles.
they
But-
smashed it.
I think we have set a level of it in Essex. Furthermore, I think in the UK there's nothing. Listen, obviously there are other nice places, I've eaten out at beautiful places, but the way this place performs on a Saturday night and the vibe it has and the atmosphere, and there's never trouble here. Like the clientele we bring, it's something else. Something else. I'm not being biased either. Just being honest.
Earlier on, I cut you off by accident, obviously, but just a bit your struggles. I think you were going to say something else there. What do you know it was? Or
I don't know. Obviously, listen, I've always had struggles in life, like even from young. Like,
yeah, let's talk about your struggles.
Like even when I was like a young boy, like for example, I wasn't brought up with a rich family. My mum and dad ain't together. My dad's always had money his whole life. He's worked for it, grafted, made his money. But my mum, she brought up 5 kids. Yeah. And she done it all herself.
So you're not the only son?
No.
Okay.
My mum's superwoman. Like my mum's champion. Yeah. But like my mum's not in the limelight, nothing. That's my mum. Like that's
obviously everyone wants to keep the mum.
That's the
private,
boss. Yeah. But like even down to little things like sitting at home and down to a takeaway. She always tried to get us a takeaway on the weekends, and when we wanted to get an Indian, it was like everyone had to be careful with what they got so it weren't too expensive. Yeah. Like so now to me, like I'll go home and buy my whole family a meal just because like I feel like that's a big achievement to me. Like back then it was like it was a struggle, like to be able to afford a takeaway every weekend. But my mum made it happen. Like she had a normal job, made it happen. So now I'm in a position where I eat out every day. Not even here, I eat out every day religiously without fail.
Why is that? Is that because you cook?
No, I'm a good cook. Yeah,
Okay,
let's not get into it. I can cook good, but it's just time as well. I'm all day working. I'm always eating out.
And sometimes after your long day at work, you can't bother to cook.
Yeah, and it's just long. Yeah. But I obviously don't. I do cook, but I'd say 99% of the time I am eating out. Well, not during lockdown anyway. But so when like struggles like that, even down to little things like not being able to afford school shoes. Like people look at me now and they think, oh yeah, spoiled rich kid, whatever. But no one knows what has happened in my life to get to where I got to. Yeah. Like, I'm 21, doing well for myself, but to me this is like, yeah, all right. Like we're like 10% there. Like we got a lot more to do. Like I want to be at a place like by the time I'm 30, I want people to turn around and go like, shit.
That's funny, you know. I know how it feels when you say people see like you're mad successful, but to you it's nothing. Like I don't like say anything about myself. Yeah, I like to be humble with it. Yeah. Yes, but people message me saying like, CEOCAST, you're mad successful, all that stuff. I'm thinking, I ain't touched base
like,
of what I'm do.
Same. Like, I'm being humble in what I'm saying in the sense as I struggled to get where I got to without a shadow of a doubt. Like I remember going to shoes wearing the same kickers for 2 school years. They were battered. But to me, it was like, don't worry. Just wait till you turn 18, you get a job.
One day it's gonna be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. Like even down to the cars I've driven. Yeah, I started off in a smart car. Now I'm driving a 100 grand Audi R8, and people are like, when I post a picture of me driving my car, oh, you're a show off. I'm like, no. Because when I had my smart car, I was still posting my smart car. But just because the price of my vehicle's changed, it doesn't mean me posting a picture means I'm showing off. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm posting a picture in front of my car. Just because it's a car. Just because it's a car that is a lot more expensive. Even when I had my smart car, I was posting pictures of that. To me, it's my car. I love cars. A car's a car to me. I don't give a shit what car it is. I love it. I'll post it. And then people are like, oh, but you're stunting, you're this. Okay, explain this to me. If you have a Casio watch and you post a picture of it to Instagram, is that showing off? No. Okay, if you get an iced out AP, post a picture of it to Instagram, is that showing off?
How did I not see that?
Is it showing off?
What? If to an outsider?
No. I'm asking you the question. Is it showing off?
If you put a picture of it?
Yeah.
Just the watch?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, but you post a picture of a Casio, is that showing off?
No.
Why not?
Because one's a Casio, one's an iced out AP.
And?
I hear what you're saying.
Okay, if I went to Bill Gates, richest man in the world, and I said to him, and I posted a picture of my watch and showed it to him, he would say, what's that? That's cheap.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Based on people's
perception,
value as well, like if I post a picture of my car and I go show a random woman who knows nothing about cars, she'll say, oh, white Audi. Nothing. If I go show a boy who loves cars who was sick Audi R8, like it's the same concept in my eyes. Like people complain to me because I post pictures of my cars, watch, whatever, but it's not showing off if it's my watch. It's my watch. It's not.
It's an accomplishment, isn't it?
Yeah, but
I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
It's not even that though. Like if I'm wearing a white t-shirt or a Fendi t-shirt, a t-shirt's t-shirt. Like it don't make a difference what it is. Like that's what I mean. Like what you just said there is to a T what I love. People will say, "Oh, posting a Casio is not showing off, but posting this is showing off." But why? What's the difference?
Let me just clarify. I don't actually see it like that because I know for a fact.
But do you understand what I mean in that
saying,
concept?
yeah.
Like, just because to some people that's worth more than that.
Yeah.
All right, if I go show a homeless man a picture of a £10 watch, he's going to go, wow. Because to him, that's expensive. If I go show you a Casio, you're going to say, bro, what's that? Like, that's normal, yeah? Whereas to some people, like if someone comes and shows me a nice Rolex, I'll say, nice watch, mate. You go show someone else that, they're going to go, oh, stop showing off.
No, I get what you're saying because I had a C63 before, yeah?
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like even from that picture I put up, yeah?
You probably got loads of hate.
Not necessarily hate, but they didn't comment on anything. But I had like at least 5 people. This was like before I had like 3K followers, whatever. Yeah.
3K, bro. You got there quick.
It's been bare long. But no, my point is, I had 5 people, at least 5 people message me saying like, why are you stunting for? Like, why you got to do that? I'm thinking,
I worked for this. Like,
I worked for this. That's not even my goal to stunt.
Yeah.
Like, I love cars. I'm going to post my car. Whoever,
as much as I want.
Follows.
Like, even down to me, like, I posted up the R8 and I put a caption. It was like a humble caption. I was like,
is it the one about your 21st birthday?
Yeah. And it was like, I finished it with hard work pays off.
Yeah.
Do you know how many DMs I got saying, stop showing off with a rental? I was like, bruv.
How is it a rental when you got the plate, Mikey, on
like
the car?
And I genuinely, I didn't have a number plate on then. As in, I didn't have a front plate on, so no one could see it was my number plate.
Yeah.
So I made sure I posted a picture the next day with my plate on it. Not because I wanted to show off, but just to like, listen, haters, shut up now. Because no matter what you do now, people just hate.
100%, man.
And like with me, I see a guy pull up in 10 Lamborghinis. I'm like,
kudos
crack
to you.
combo,
Yeah.
keep
Like,
going.
even when I saw your picture, I was thinking like, credit to this guy.
Whoever I see, and that's what I believe. I believe people who respect other people working hard, that they are the people who do better,
who come out on top.
Yeah, 100%. Because like I'll see someone pull up in any car, £5 million car. I say, fucking hell, mate, what's he doing? I want to be like him. I want to work harder than him.
Yeah.
But people nowadays, they see you doing well, prick, whatever, daddy's money, this, that. Just
they love to say it.
Yeah,
they love it.
Like, and no one knows like
the growth behind it.
No one sees it.
Trust me.
Like when I go and tell people, like they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, I'm in the barbers like 11 hours a day. Like that's what I'm there every day.
Yeah.
No, you're not. I'm like, come on, watch me. Like I'm there. You ain't got surprise visit if you want. I'm there.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone sees the limelight. Listen, no one's life is as good as their Insta life. Trust me on that.
Everyone just sees the glitz gamma. They don't even think about what goes on behind the scenes.
They don't think, oh, how did he get that car? Like, or even if it is daddy's money, how did his dad get that money?
Yeah.
Like, did he work for it? He didn't win the lottery.
Even people like Lord Liam, obviously he's paid full of cars,
Yeah.
Bro, there's so many like articles or whatever saying
lottery, this.
dad's monies.
Like he was here when we had the supercar
him,
meet up. He come down here, yeah. Humble guy, like respect him. He done his thing, and his social media platform, the way he's advertised himself for the brand, is amazing.
Yeah, the way he's done it is smart.
It's amazing. He's
mad.
It's his dad's company, of course, but obviously
I think he's elevated it.
Yeah. Even if it is his dad's, I don't know whose actual company it is, but I believe probably is his dad's. But the way Lord Alima's, the company was here, it's through the roof.
Yeah.
He has set a level on the rental game.
I don't think he realised that at the time because he started making YouTube videos probably when he was 16 years old, just because you got a car, why not make a YouTube video?
But he probably got loads of hate.
Yeah, but I think he recognised the fact that
he can make more money from
boost it so much.
Like even then, before we opened the restaurant, I had like 3,000 followers from school.
Yeah.
Within like 2 years, I've gained like 7,000.
Yeah.
Like and
what was 10K feel like?
What was that 10K? Like I've never been interested in followers, likes. It's never. But to me, I see it as like a not a goal in some sense because I care, but it's more about okay, like these 10,000 people who give a shit about what I do. Like and I posted a picture of when I got the R8. I got like 150 reshares on it. And I was like, there's 150 people sending my picture, probably hating, saying rental but I'd say 20% of that people is turning around saying, you know what, crack on, like good luck to him.
Yeah.
But like there's too much hate in this world now. Too much.
There's one thing I wanted to ask you actually.
Yeah.
So we were literally just talking about cars and all that stuff. That brings me on to what I wanted to ask, which is why are you deciding to do Supercar Sundays basically? Well, like, what does it do for Melin?
Originally, obviously, me and my dad, we both got supercars. I got the Audi R8, he's got the Lamborghini Huracan, and we've always loved cars. Always been like car fanatics about Lambos and stuff like that. So
basically, yeah.
Yeah. So we obviously started it, and then if you know Cash from Cream Developments,
Yeah.
he come down one day like and was like, listen, like, you lot got to do a Supercar Sunday here. And we've always been thinking about it, and was like, you know what? Let's do one. We've done it, and I mean, I'm not even bragging, but I think we probably had the best supercar turnout in any restaurant in the UK, full stop.
Bro, as soon as my boy shouted me saying, because like I said, we live around the corner. As soon as he shouted me saying, yeah.
Did you come down here? Was you here?
Yeah, I was here.
You was here?
Yeah. We pulled up in my mate, shout out Chauffeur, his white Ghost.
Okay, yes. I saw it.
So we were there, and bro,
it was a turnout and a half.
Like Lambos on Lambos.
We must have had a £10 million car park.
No, easily more than that, I think.
Minimum £10 million car park. It was packed, and the thing is,
hold on, we're forgetting about one thing: 10 million plus Darius. So like, come on.
Plus the watches.
Oh yeah. Flipping, you know.
Like, there was a joke. Like, I felt I've got an Audi R8. I was like, bro, I need to move my car because this is not blending in very well. Like, these men are pulling up in SVJs. I'm sitting there with my R8 in the back. I'm like,
Bro, we were in a Rolls Royce. I was thinking,
we don't Rolls Royce. Yeah, we don't fit in
this.
Yeah, like my car's there, and I'm a driver. Like, I can drive.
Yeah,
and like, I'm trying to race these lot, but the problem is none of them can drive. That's what disappoints me. Like, I'm seeing like SVJs, and you got me and Lord Delim flying past all of them. He's in the Evo. Yeah. I'm behind him in the R8, and you got SVJs and stuff. I'm like,
they're just cruising in it.
Guys, we're here to have a bit of fun. Like, are we racing or not? I want to race.
Yeah.
But no, obviously we look like the two young idiots flying around in daddy's money again.
Yeah.
But I think it was wicked. It was a wicked turnout. But the way we done it with business-wise, having all them cars here, the clientele it brings, and having the pictures we took, for example, you've got people now seeing that it's full of like supercars and stuff, and to the average person as well, seeing that many Lamborghinis is unreal.
Yeah.
Like, even me, if I was younger and I walked in and saw that, my jaw would have hit the floor.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, even now, I've got an R8. I walked in and I was
still coming like, wow.
I was like, what? Like, and when Daria's pulled up in a SV covered in diamonds, I was like, wow.
That's a level set, basically. That's just like...
And she jumped out and I was like, okay, wow. What is going on
I
here?
ain't seen her car in person before, and I was like, bro...
Like, you got a girl jumping out of a diamond Lamborghini, you're like, what is going on? Like, what? Don't make sense.
League.
Yeah, like she
putting the man in shame.
Yeah, literally, she just sets levels, that girl. Like, good luck to her. Like, the first time I met her that day, and she's smashing it.
No, for sure.
She's definitely smashing it.
So, yeah, what was the actual purpose of the supercar?
It was to show the kind of clientele we have here. Like, every weekend you come, you'll see a supercar out there.
Yeah.
Including my dad. You'll see one of our customers pulls up in a supercar, and seeing other supercars at a venue, you now feel safe. Like, because obviously we had all the Lambos here and stuff, people now think, okay, cool, I can go in my Lambo. Yeah. It's a safe area. Whereas Harlow, well, you pull up in a Lambo, you'll be lucky if it's still there when you walk out. Like, it's the ghetto. Whereas here it's normal. The normal people, it's normal. People around here have got Lambos, they got Ferraris, they got Rolls Royces.
When we pulled up in a roller, at Harlow, I think we requested for a table next to the window, so we could eyes on the roller.
100%. Like, so that was the reason we done it, to bring that kind of clientele, that you want people to understand that we do have them kind of people coming down here, and doing that. All them people there were posting it on Instagram, tagging Melin Chigwell. Everyone's seen it. Now the exposure for Melin, our profile visits that day were like 40,000.
Oh my!
Like, it was
mental. 40K profile visits.
I've only got 7,000 followers on the account.
Yeah.
We had 40,000 profile visits. I was looking down at it thinking like, what? Like, our launch party had like 20,000 profile visits, but that Supercar Sunday doubled our launch event. And I was like, listen, this is something unreal. It's amazing for publicity as well. And obviously due to Corona, there was dramas with police coming down, trying to like shut it off and stuff. But when we do the next one, I think we'll definitely have like newspapers coming down, magazines coming down to get pictures and stuff, because the meetup we had, and now with the Supercar meet, we can now let them in and come and eat. Whereas then we couldn't. We were just handing out little wraps. Yeah. But once we are allowed to do our Supercar meet properly, I think it will be something amazing. Yeah.
We're in Chigwell.
Yeah.
There's quite a few, not even a few. No, there is quite a few actually fancy restaurants around here. So, did you not take that into consideration, the competition, when opening this place?
We didn't open here to affect any local restaurant. We didn't open here to affect any restaurants locally at all. We opened here because it's a good business move. Listen, competition is good for all of us.
Yeah.
You don't go and race yourself on the street. You go and race someone else because you want to have that drive. And having 2 restaurants locally or 5 restaurants, 10 restaurants, you're making each other better. And if you're not down for the competition, that's your own problem.
Yeah.
Like we ain't come here to take part. We've come here to take over Chigwell, like literally. And as Conor McGregor says, and that's just how it is. That's what we want. We're here to do. Yeah. We're not here to sit here and.
We're not here to play games.
No, we're not here. We're not here for no little Mickey Mouse games. We're here to like properly set a level, show people how it's done. And if anyone don't like it, unfortunately, that's their issue. We can't.
It's the first one to Mayfair wins, basically.
First one to Mayfair wins, 100%.
You lot got it in the bag.
I don't think we're far off from Mayfair.
No, definitely not. You know, we've chatted about quite a lot of things there. I want to ask you one thing, like I always do with people when I end up with a podcast. Yeah,
go on.
What does success mean to you? What does success mean to Mikey Melin?
You know, I could sit here and say money don't make me happy and stuff like that, but it's. If I'm being completely honest, money doesn't bring happiness, but success to me is just more about making sure my family are good. As long as my family haven't got a stress, like they're stress-free.
Talk about future family as well, yeah?
Of course. I'm talking about mainly my mum.
Yeah.
Listen, my mum was that's my, if my mum didn't do what she done for me, I don't know where I'd be now. I'd be somewhere not here, that's where. And I think success is just more about like making sure all your family's good and that your future family can still rely on that family name and say, you know what, my granddad or my great granddad put us in a position where we haven't got to worry about that money or worry about anything like that.
100%, yeah.
So I just think that's what it's about. And of course, building a legacy. We've started now. You don't stop halfway. You've got to finish. And we're going to finish in Mayfair. So that's what...
I don't even think you lot are going to finish there. You lot are going to end up going Dubai, Miami.
No, we was actually looking at Dubai and Miami as well, but one step at a time. We've got to take it slow, get there eventually. Once we're there, then we can... Listen, if we have this podcast in 5 years, if you ask me where I want to be in 10 years, I couldn't tell you. Genuinely, I couldn't. If someone told me 3 years ago, listen, you're going to be driving an Audi R8, one part of me would be saying, yeah, 100%, I know, because I believe in myself. Other part of me would be saying, Mikey, shut your mouth, bruv. You're in a smart car. You ain't driving no Audi R8. But now I'm here, it's like, shit, where's next? And one thing I strive on is every time I say something, I make sure I do it. Yeah. Like even down to the R8.
Yeah.
When I took out an R8 on the 12th of March. No, what am I talking about? I bought the R8 on the 12th of March. The year before, I took out an R8. I turned to my boy in my passenger seat. I was like, but you know what?
What do you mean you took out an R8?
One of my mates, one of my customers, I phoned him up. We were going to Supercar meet up, and he's got an R8.
Yeah.
And I phoned him up on like a joke one. I was like, yo, bro, let me take your R8 for the weekend.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, of course. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, come get it. He was like minor, yeah?
Yeah.
I was like, I was driving like a A-class. I was like,
you serious?
Bro, you sure? Like, Audi R8, yeah?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, minor. Like, bro, come take it. I was like, fucking hell, brand new bright red R8. I was like, sick. Driving around in this. When I met my dad, and I was driving home to drop it to the guy. And I remember just cruising. I was listening to some old school R&B with my mate. I turned to him, I said, bro, you know what? For my 21st birthday, I'm buying myself an R8. He was like, yeah, I know you are. I was like, no. Seriously. For my 21st, I'm buying an R8. And then when I bought that R8, the day before my birthday, I was like, you know what? Like, this is like a dream come true to me. I've said it and I've done it. So that's what I want. So in 10 years, God knows.
Bruv.
God knows.
We're coming. You know what? When you lot open Mayfair,
yeah, we got to redo this.
Bro, this is getting
in
redone.
Mayfair, 100%.
This is getting
100% has to be.
But
I'm gonna hold you to it as well, yeah,
bro.
Even if you're up there with millions of followers, do podcasting like Bill Gates and shit, you still got to remember me, yeah. You got to remember
one thing about me. I will always remember the people who. I'll swear, I don't like swearing in front of my parents when they watch this. I'll cut it out probably. I always fuck with the people who fucked me in the beginning.
100%.
I've had like, when I first started up, obviously, who were like, let's say 10k followers, and I knew them.
Yeah.
Saying, listen, like, bro, come on the podcast. Obviously, you got clout behind your name, yeah.
Yeah.
Like as in them, come on the podcast. You can help me out, bro. You know what it is. When you get bigger, then I'll come on. I'm thinking, man. Think about it. Why the fuck would I want you on when I'm bigger?
Yeah. You'd want to be on my thing.
Yeah.
Like, but no, I think, listen, to me, I don't care about followers.
Yeah, no,
it don't faze me like one bit. I've never cared about it. Like, I've never been that person like, oh no, you've got 10k. Nah, I can't follow you. I want someone with 100k. No, it's not me.
For me, I think it's a bit different because I like it's like kind of
you need it.
isn't it?
You need it. But for example, I've seen people like I think my Instagram for someone with 10k or whatever it is, there's a lot of like I actually have a lot of people who respect what I say.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of the people who go on there advertising clothes every day. It's all different clothes every day. Like, if I turn around, I'm like, listen, this restaurant's banging. Talking about a random restaurant, people are like, you know what? He's got a restaurant of his own. For him to say somewhere else is good.
Respect to that.
Yeah, like he's not chatting shit.
Yeah.
So I think my Instagram and because I'm a local community boy and my Instagram's newly created and I've got to 10k over a couple of years, like 2 years or something. It's a long time, but I've built it. I think I've got like a strong, not fan base, but strong community with me.
That's the thing.
Like even being in the barbers and stuff, like all my customers know me, all the barbers know me, like I've got people pulling up in like, for example, you done your podcast with JD.
Yeah.
One of my customers, Geezer's got Lambos, McLarens, Porsches, he's got a collection of cars. And I've built up a relationship with him. So where now, I phoned him up for the launch and I was like, bro, you're bringing your SV down. He was like, done, no problem. That day, pull up, his SV sitting there. Do you want to hear a funny story? Quick, just a quick. Yeah, he come to the launch party.
Yeah.
Just a quick one off topic, like off, before we wrap it up. JD phones me up, yeah? No, not phones me up. He walks in here and he hands me the Lambo key. And he goes, if it needs moving, move it, yeah? I've never driven a Aventador before, yeah?
I can't wait to see where the story goes.
No, I'm not joking. I had about 7 Lamborghini keys in my pockets at this time. It was like Supercar meet on launch day, yeah?
Yeah.
One of the security walks over to me. He goes, Mikey, have you got the key to the orange Lambo? I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, you need to move it. I'm like,
JD's one, yeah?
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, I got to move that jet. Like, I'm used to Lambos, Porsches, but not an Aventador SV. Like, it's a big car.
Yeah,
and it was parked in the middle of about 7 cars. And I had to reverse it all the way out the gate, wait until these 7 cars left and then drive back in, yeah? And it's not a massive gap. It's not like you can just pull a boat out.
Yeah. And if anyone hasn't seen, probably Aventador is probably as wide as a bus.
It's wider. The back is wider than a bus. Anyway, so I've got in this car now, closed the door, started this engine up, and I swear to God, I thought I was going to take off. Yeah? I was like, shit, how the fuck do I put this in reverse? Yeah. Dropped it into reverse, and I've come back. Anyway, I got in, parked the car back up, whatever. How'd you open the door?
You know what? When I stepped in Aventador once, bro, I didn't know how to open the door.
Bro, so I closed the door, whatever. How do you now get out? I'm sitting there, people are like, yo, Mikey, like, come inside, bro.
You're going to get out?
I'm like, yeah, cool. It's just, I've just got to quickly make a phone call. I'm looking around. Where the fuck's the handle? Because there ain't an actual handle.
Yeah, no,
because
I
the
think
door
that was
opens
a
up.
strap in it or something.
Yeah, you just pull onto the strap. So I'm thinking, bro, how the fuck am I getting out now? So I'm sitting there and people are like, oh, sick car, Mikey. I can't turn around and be like, how do I get out? Help me. So I quickly Google how to get out of an Aventador now, yeah? And there's a little button that's like this. You've got to push this down and pull it up, but it's here, underneath your chair.
Yeah.
So I found it, yeah? So I'm sitting in the car now. I finally lifted it up. Doors opened. I was like, oh my God, thank God. Everyone was looking at me. I'm sitting in the car for about 10 minutes wondering, how do I get out of the car? So I finally found it. I walked into JD. I said, bro, here's your key. Don't ever give me it again. Keep your key. I ain't taking that key back.
No, for real, man.
But it was a wicked night. The relaunch, you got to come down.
100%.
Yeah,
invite me, bro.
Night. You're there, man. Don't worry about that.
I think that, this episode could go on forever. So like I said,
literally.
Part 2 in Mayfair, 100%.
100%.
With that being said, I hope you lot enjoyed that episode of CEOCAST. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcast, make sure you follow there. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube because like I said, half of you that are watching are not subscribed. You want content like this?
You got to subscribe.
You got to subscribe. There you go. Make sure you follow Mikey. Make sure you follow Melin. Make sure you follow everything. I'm going to put all the links right here, right now.
And anyone watching from my end of this stuff, make sure you go follow CEOCAST because trust me, within a few years there will be a part 2 and you lot 100%. Are going to want to watch part 1 and come back and watch part 2. And forget about me, he does some sick podcasts with other people. Love. I sit there, I was watching them till late last night.
Is it?
Yeah, I was getting ready for mine. What are you talking about? I was sitting there in
prepared
bed.
For it in that.
Okay, what am I going to say to that? Just in case he asks me that question, what am I going to say? So obviously I was watching them all, but no, listen, the setup as well. He come in here, I've got a camera to the right of me, camera in front of me. I've got lights here, microphones here. I was expecting someone to come in with a little bog standard camera, but my man come in here with like 4 suitcases. I was like, whoa.
But you know what's mad? The amount of people that get DM you saying like, yo, can I hire your team?
Yeah, I can imagine, bro. I can imagine it's not like small. You've got a full setup here, like even down to the microphones.
But the point is, there's no team.
No, 100%. Listen, you are your own team though, but you've got everything.
Yeah, man,
the whole. What was you doing before this? Well, listen, let's finish this up, and then me and you can have a little chat.
That's still running. Yeah, cameras are moving mad right now. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much the end of the podcast anyway. Make sure you subscribe. I can't wait to show you the next one for next Sunday. But you know what? If you're watching this right now, I know for a fact that you're here till the end.
Yeah,
because how could you not be?
Literally.
Like, there's no part of this conversation of like, I'm just gonna end it there. I can't wait for part 2. Make sure you subscribe, like, 100%. Share. Make sure you like and share. That's the main thing. And follow Melin. Make sure you come down here. Man.
Make sure you phone up first and book, yeah? He's not well, man. He's not well. Sorry, it's just one of our friends.
Like his dad's jokes.
Do you want to quickly come in and say hello?
We're literally finishing. You come say hello in the camera if you want.